Good morning. Russia's war in Ukraine intensifying as the invasion now entering a second week. Both sides making significant moves as more peace talks are expected to get underway. There is a lot here. Joining us now, we go live to Lviv, where CNN's Atika Shubert joins us with the very latest developments. Atika, thank you for joining us here today. I want to begin with these peace talks. They were expected to happen yesterday, some logistical issues. Where do things stand right now? Because my understanding is that officials are still en route to arrive.
Well, the Russian delegation is already there in Belarus at the negotiating table, and the Ukrainian delegation has just left. There were delays yesterday, perhaps understandable considering how many cities are under siege here in Ukraine. But it does seem that the ceasefire talks are set to continue. I don't think anyone's particularly hopeful for a breakthrough, but the fact that they are talking is at least something.
Atika, let's talk about these cities that are under siege, and as Western nation media trying to figure out if Russia has taken control of some of these regions. So let's talk about Kherson, where we've seen a lot of damage. And seeing sort of mixed messaging coming from, say, the mayor or what the Russians are saying that they have taken control of this area. What have you learned on the ground there?
Yeah, the Russian military says it's in control of Kherson, and Kherson's mayor has confirmed to CNN that Russian troops seem to have control of the area. But it does also seem that the residents of Kherson are defying this occupation by Russian troops. They've come out and they have directly confronted Russian soldiers. They've been waving the Ukrainian flag, telling the Russian troops to go home. Now, it's a significant city for the Russian advance if they have indeed have captured it. It is not very big, but it is strategic. It sort of straddles this corridor that goes from Odessa all the way to the east, to the eastern Donbas region. So that could be strategically very significant if the Russian offensive is actually able to capture not only Kherson, but also next door Mariupol. Then it would seal off, and Odessa, I should point out, the southern port city, it would seal off Ukraine from the Black Sea. The city of Mariupol at this moment is surrounded by Russian troops, and the mayor of Mariupol has asked for a humanitarian corridor to allow residents to leave. At the moment, there is no power, no water reaching the city, and the mayor is desperate to get some kind of help and get people out.
We are constantly watching the satellite images with this Russian convoy near Kyiv. And can you give us some insight into what we are seeing? It looks like they're stalled.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of people asking questions. There's this massive 40-mile-long convoy. It includes Russian troops, of course, but also artillery, armored vehicles, and it just seems to have stalled for the last 48 hours, and no one's sure why it hasn't moved on the capital city. There are some thinking that perhaps it's having logistical issues, running out of food and fuel. That's certainly something we've seen with other units in other parts of the country when they've attempted to assault cities. They've just run out of what they need. But it's not clear exactly what's happening. It could also be that Ukrainian resistance is taking potshots at this convoy and somehow hampering it from moving forward. Either way, it means that the capital city has been struck with these aerial attacks, particularly on the TV tower and near the train station last night. But we haven't seen Russian troops advancing into the capital at all.
Atika, finally, we're looking at over 1 million refugees fleeing Ukraine, and where you are, as a reminder, in Lviv, you've witnessed a lot of people heading to the train station there and trying to get out. What does that scene look like?
Yeah, this is considered the safest part of the country. There's still air raid sirens here every day and missile strikes in western Ukraine, but there are no Russian troops here. And this is why you get tens of thousands of people coming here every day. The trains are just crammed with people fleeing those besieged cities in the east and the center of the country, trying to get here. And from here, they travel on to the border. Now, the situation has improved a little bit. There's not as much of a bottleneck in Poland anymore. That's because they've opened up new border crossings and new train trains to other border crossings into Hungary, Romania, and Slovakia, for example, so that people have been able to get out more quickly in different areas. But, you know, it's the sheer number of people that are coming across that's the issue. I mean, here in Lviv, we're seeing about 150,000 people come in a day. So it is staggering numbers, and the UN does believe this could get up into the millions. So it is a humanitarian crisis on an incredible level.
CNN's Atika Shubert joining us live in Lviv, Ukraine. Thank you for your time today.